Wanting it more. When somebody else has a problem, needs to change behavior, is doing something that is damaging to themselves or to the relationship or to you, you can sometimes see very clearly what that person needs to do, what it is that would correct the relationship problem, which would make that person's life turn onto the right course, that would make that person to stop wanting to use drugs or alcohol, that would make the person want to get a job, want to be productive, want to do the right thing, see what the problem is in the relationship so you could begin to get on a better course. When you see what it is, the truth that this person needs to recognize, the truth that needs to be embraced, the action that needs to be taken, when you see that clearly and someone else you care about does not, you may find yourself wanting it more than the other person, wanting that health, that correction, more than the other person. What do you do when you want that? Well, sometimes you push too hard. Push too hard to try to make that person see the truth. Sometimes you make an adjustment that means that you are living contrary to your values. Sometimes you do too much and give too much and try too hard. Sometimes you stop living your own life and begin living for the other person and with the sole purpose of trying to fix that person, get that person's attention and get that person on the right track. Sometimes you refuse to accept reality and see the writing on the wall, the truth, and accept it and move on. Sometimes you enable behavior that you know is wrong because you're desperate to get the other person to do what you want them to do. Sometimes you do for other people what that person should do for himself or herself. You step in and you take over. You take responsibility. You don't allow that person to fall or to fail. Sometimes you stay frustrated and unhappy because you're overly focused on the other person and trying to get that person to want it and to do it, to do what is the right thing and to want what is the solution for that person's life or maybe for your relationship with that person. It's really, really hard to just let go when you can see clearly what another person needs to do to get back on track, what they need to do to be healthy, what needs to be done to fix your relationship. But you have to. You can't make the other person see the truth. You can't push your solution so hard that in the process you push that person away and alienate that person. You can't make someone else want it. The only way that somebody else wants what is needed for himself or herself is to fall flat on their face, to get low enough to where that person comes to that realization on his or her own. We cannot force that person to get there. We can actually enable and prolong the process, but we cannot force the process to happen. That is not our job. That's God's job. God's hand in that person's life. So it's hard to stop pushing. It's hard to stop controlling. It's hard to stop focusing. It's hard to stop doing the things that we think we need to do to get that person's attention, but we need to. We need to stop doing what is not ours to do. We need to allow the process to work to the point where that person recognizes what it is for himself and takes the steps to go after it. Thank you for watching this video on Change My Relationship. I really hope that it has triggered something in you that will help you apply this to your relationship with a difficult person. Thank you.